Good morning, everyone. I'm gonna wait and start letting you all start getting the notifications. Hey ZK, what's going on, girl? We're gonna start letting other people start to come in. How's everybody doing this morning? I had to get on early because I gotta get out. I slept so good, y'all. It has been raining. We've been getting a lot of that rain from Tyranny. I think from the storm in I guess around Houston and all of that. It might be down in Louisiana. Um, we've been getting a lot of that rain, but I slept so good last night when I finally was able to get into bed. I slept good. I was like, I am not getting out. I don't care who go to jail. I'm going to sleep. And that's what I did. That's why I'm up so early. I was like, I'm gonna do a live because I got to get out in just a few. Hey, Ronald Grays, Leo, Positive Vibes, Mr. Parker. What's going on, Mr. Parker? How you doing, Mr. Parker? That's what Ice Cube and them said. How you doing, Miss Parker? Yeah, what's going on? Hey, Diane, how you feeling today, love? I gotta call Dima. I gotta call my sister. She called me, and I've been so tired of. Hey, just Leah. How's everyone doing? Yeah, what Smokey said after. I don't know what he said. I don't know what he said. Oh my god. Yeah, I put a video in the platinum. I got some tea. I got some hot hots. They say some hot hot. I gotta get out again today. It has stopped. Brandon, it looks like the sun is trying to come out. Yeah, it looks like the sun is trying to come out. But it did cool down some, quite a bit, because I walked into my house. I had the air on. It was freezing, so it did. It's 71 right now, so that's perfect weather. So it really ain't even no need for the air to even be on. We'll wait one more minute, start letting people get the notifications, and we're just gonna go on and start. I wanted to talk about the Memphis police chief let the assistant chief go. I wanted to talk about get a real tea on what happened as it relates to it, because I think they was kind of broad on what happened. Hey Jay, it was kind of broad. They didn't really talk a lot about what happened. I do know that there had been a lot of yeah, shout out to everybody that has been affected by Burrow. Now, I do know that they said that all of just about everybody in Texas and in the Houston around the Houston area, um, their lights were out or something like that, their power. Now, I can imagine if they were affected in Houston, they was more than likely affected like around Shreveport and areas like that, because I don't think Shreveport is that far from Houston. Let me see the areas that Burrow YL affected. It looks like mainly just Texas. It says 2 people in Harris County after trees fell on the residence was unalived. Um, so I guess it's just around the Texas area. Houston area, I mean, I guess, and it says a borough has knocked out power for 2.7 million Texas customers. Ooh, that's a lot of people. And it looks like it's and some of Jamaica too. I think in the Caribbean and the islands. I think they said it tore up Jamaica real bad. How y'all doing this morning? I'm gonna open the lines up in a few. Make sure I got my phone and stuff next to me. I do. Okay, I wanted to talk about the Memphis police chief let her assistant chief go, and I wanted to, like I said, I don't think that they really didn't talk about why they did it on the news, right? Hold on. Hold on for a second. You guys make sure y'all hit the like button, okay?
Real-time notifications when the keypad is used. It's not just the key to your garage, it's the key to your home. Go to myq.com and get $30 off with promo code TV69.
We believe that, he's done great work for the city, but it's time for him to move on.
The man second in command at the Memphis Police Department has been dismissed. The announcement comes that Assistant Chief Sean Jones has been let go and is no longer with the department.
Jones was recently under fire for living in Georgia but working here in Memphis. WREG's Ashley Paul joins us live now. But Ashley, the mayor says the decision had nothing to do with his residency. Explain that.
Well, Steph, Greg, questions over which state assistant chief Sean Jones calls home have been circulating all week. But tonight, Mayor Paul Young says this decision was made purely with the intention of leading the department in a new direction.
Really, for me, it was really just a decision based on what's going to really help take the organization, MPD, to the next level.
Memphis Mayor Paul Young says it wasn't an easy decision, but a necessary one to say goodbye to Assistant Chief Sean Jones.
I think that while he's served admirably, I think that it's time for us to look at some new leadership in that role.
Mayor Young and Interim Police Chief CJ Davis made the announcement this afternoon, citing a need for leadership changes within the department as the reason for Jones's dismissal.
Ever since I've come into office, there have been dialogues around the morale of the force and things that people are upset about and frustrated with internally. And one of the names that would come up would be his.
The dismissal comes following questions involving Jones's permanent place of residence. Police confirmed last week that Jones, who has been assistant chief in Memphis since 2021, is actually a Georgia resident. But Mayor Young and Chief Davis say no laws were broken, adding Jones rented a home in Harbortown and reported to work on a daily basis. They say residency concerns had nothing to do with his dismissal.
I needed someone who could help me do things that was familiar with the way that I like to operate. But he was never intended to live in the city of Memphis permanently.
The focus now, they say, is moving forward in terms of making Memphis the best it can be, which means the mayor's administration is looking at all departments to make sure they are led by the most adequate personnel.
We are looking at everybody every day because at the end of the day, it's about getting results.
Now, as for what's next, Chief Davis says they have done some reorganizing within the department to cover the responsibilities Jones leaves behind. Whether or not they will replace him was not made clear. For your news leader, I'm Ashley Paul, WREG News Channel 3.
Okay, you guys. So they basically was telling the truth on that. When Sean Jones was brought in, he was brought in temporarily, right? He was brought in temporarily. She already had an assistant chief, right? There was already an assistant chief there. I can't think of her assistant chief's name. He's a white guy. They created a twin position, and she brought him in to work next to her other assistant chief that had already worked for the Memphis Police Department. As she said, because she wanted somebody that was familiar with the way that she operated. But the truth of the matter is, from my understanding, is that she has been getting cut in her back. Okay. And it's funny, it's not funny, but I think they're getting ready to do a whole transition situation. Some of those chiefs up there that have been up there, I think she's getting ready. They're probably getting ready to let them go also. Because from my understanding, she can't trust them, right? They've been the ones that have been leaking stuff, that have been putting stuff out, secretly putting stuff out in the media, from my understanding. But Sean Jones' position was a temporary position. It was never a permanent position. She already had a assistant chief, right? And it just that was already there. He was like the deputy director. See, when Chief Davis got there, she kind of changed the titles, right? For all the years of the Memphis Police Department until Chief Davis got there, they called the police they call them police directors. So we refer to them as Director Rollins, Director Armstrong, Director Cruz, Director Bolden. They were the top people at the police department. Okay. And then the second person in charge at the police department was the deputy director. And then the deputy chiefs was up under the deputy director. Well, when Chief Davis got there, she didn't like the name director. She wanted to be called chief. She asked Jim Strickland if he could change the titles from director to chief, right? Which is weird, okay? And he did. So she's the chief. Sean Jones and them were changed to the assistant chiefs, and the chiefs up under them are the deputy chiefs. And I believe the deputy chiefs that have been there, I think they're getting ready to transition them out too. Sean Jones was living his residency. He never gave up his residency because she asked him to come to Memphis to help her to organize the way that she wanted the department organized. And so he rented out a place in downtown Memphis and did that. He understood that the position was not going to be permanent. That's why he kept his home, right? So I guess, when certain people started stirring the pot and leaking stuff to the media instead of doing their damn jobs to eliminate a lot of the crime in the Memphis area, because it don't take much to get Black people stirred up. Okay, so you want to stir the pot up, what you do in your position you've been elected to or you've been appointed to. Black people like mess. Okay, Sean Jones is gone. It don't mean a damn thing. The crime's still going on in Memphis. Now, what are the people that's leaking all of this stuff to the media, keeping the pot stirred up? What they gonna do in their positions to eliminate the crime? Because that's the damn bottom line, not about what somebody live at. The man reported to work every day. From my understanding, he came to work more than the folks that actually got a residency in the Memphis area. So what? That don't mean a hill of damn beans. Our people got to wake up. So they go out in the hoods to stir the pot. Yeah, he needs to leave. Okay, he gone. Now the crime's still going on. So what them Negroes gonna do about that crime? Oh, well, I don't know what they're gonna do about that crime. Okay, because that's the bottom line right there, not where somebody voted. That don't make no damn sense to me. Okay. So I listening to Paul. They get ready to they get ready to unappoint all them damn chiefs. I think she get ready to get a whole new administration, and it's probably needed. Okay, because the ones that they got up there been up there and they ain't doing nothing. They're supposed to see to the day-to-day operation. See, here's the thing. When they was talking about Tyree Nickel, okay, so this is how I told y'all how the chain of command is. I would say that if it was, and I think they said that the sergeant was maybe fired or something like that. When that situation happened with Tyree Nickel, it's a chain of command. Okay, so the sergeant would be the direct supervisor over that little task force, because a task force is a small little unit that consists of no more than 10 people. And I'm talking about on every shift, it equals to 10 people, right? So it's about 3 or 4 people on per shift on that task force. So that's why I was saying the Scorpion unit didn't mean a damn thing other than they had a bunch of officers that was full of piss and vinegar on a shift, because it was not a reflection of the ones that worked on the shift before them or after them. So the sergeant would be the first line supervisor. He's supposed to directly see to what they have going on after he assigned them to whatever part of the city. And then he reports to the lieutenant. The lieutenant, if there's an issue, he reports to the major and the colonel. The colonel of that whatever precinct that they was working out, when they have their weekly meetings, will report it to the deputy chiefs. What's going on? Okay, the deputy chiefs would then, when they have their meetings with the chief, CJ Davis, y'all see the chains of commands that go through? That's a whole lot of damn chains, but it's with every police department. Every one of them. That's how it works. Okay. So now Sean Jones is gone. They wanted him gone because they felt like Sean Jones kind of had Chief Davis back. And a lot of times people want to get folks away from around you. I think they know what's going on so that they can disarm you. But I think the issue is now they get ready. They work at the will of her and Paul. So she tell Paul, I want a new command staff of chiefs, of deputy chiefs, because I feel like I'm ready to go in a new direction. I think all of them gonna be unappointed, and you're gonna start seeing new chiefs come in now. Now they got all the black people, the good black folks, all emotional, right? They got them all emotional. We want Sean Jones gone. He gone, and guess what, y'all? They still got to pay him out of his contract, so he ain't losing. So why put pressure on them to get rid of him? And the man was in a damn contract, so he just making free money. They got to pay him every 2 weeks as if he was there while he back in Atlanta with his family. Right? What they say, he had like a year or so in his contract. They gotta pay him out of that. He could have still been there working. They get the black people emotional to kick up fuss. And who lose? The citizens, because he's still getting paid. They got to pay him out of his contract. So what kind of sense did it make? Not none. That's why I said we got to learn how to keep the main thing, and stop letting people use us and put us all on the news and stuff, making a damn fool out of us. So when they want to kick up fuss and get their ratings and stuff up, they go straight to the damn hood. Get the people with the headscarf, get the handkerchief head Negroes. Okay, it's a lot of black people, okay? No, I think he came there to do what she wanted him to do. I think he took that job and he did what he probably told her. I'm not willing to uproot my family. She already had an assistant chief. Evidently, she didn't trust him. Because you can't trust somebody when you are a deputy director, and she kept him in good faith, and you're supposed to be the next one to get the job, and yet they bring in a whole new person from out of town. Of course you're going to be cutting at them. You're going to slick be mad. So she brought in somebody. You have to think about, this lady's gun was stolen. They was breaking into her house. Nobody really knew anything about her other than, I mean, I'm sure it might have had something to do with people around her trying to scare her. I'm not trying to be accusatory, but I don't believe in coincidences. So I think that is one of the reasons why she immediately started. That's one of the reasons she started a camaraderie. She immediately started developing a relationship, right, with the FBI. Okay, our federal partners. I think that was a good thing, but I think it was another reason why she did it, to put it on some of them folks' asses that was cutting her in her back. Okay, we start bringing in our federal partners. I worked over there. I know them folks don't. The energy has always been, we don't want the FBI in our business. I'm gonna just go ahead and be honest. I don't believe that they could have over 1 million pages right now as it relates to the Young Doss case if she had not brought in the federal partners, as she called them. I think I think that was good logic. Now, I think Chief Davis has a husband. DDT says, I hope the new charges help. We need it. So with them, putting pressure on Paul to get rid of, I could just tell with the way that the energy is, they get ready to revamp the whole, as they used to call it, 12th floor. They're in a whole new building now, but they get ready to revamp the whole 12th floor. And that's what's getting ready to happen. A lot of those assistant chiefs that are up there are getting ready to be let go. He said she needs to replace with Miss Tam. Yep, I think they get ready to be let go. The whole organization as it relates to the top brass, right? Because they're the top brass. Revamp the whole situation and let them know, because a lot of times those deputy chiefs get too comfortable. They be scared to make decisions because they up under that pen. When you up under that pen, I mean anything. Nola says, I feel like city employees and first responders in a city should live in that city and not even 200 miles away. That's too far. How can one be loyal to the city? Well, it was like that at first, but what ended up happening was they had to change it in order to get officers, like to get people to start coming and applying for the police department. If you're willing to drive to work every day, you're talking about like from Nashville. I don't know nobody that would want to do that. You gotta live within the city. You got to. They started, I think, quite a few other police departments do that. In order to get qualified people, you might have somebody that is qualified that lives in Nashville. Nobody is going to drive to work for 3 hours every day, 3-4 hours. At some point, what you're doing is you're allowing them enough time to start looking at getting a house and stuff in the city. Because a lot of people were being turned away because they was like, well, I'm applying for the department, but I'm not going to move unless I get the job. So, but people were being turned away. They couldn't even apply if they was living in Nashville. So I think that's why they changed that, to try and you know, to get more good people. It's a lot of good people in Memphis, but it's a lot of good people outside of Memphis. But Sean Jones was brought in. He was never brought in to stay. It was always a temporary position. It was always a temporary position. Because as I said, she already had an assistant chief in that position. So it just kind of lets me know she don't trust her people. She don't trust them. Okay, listen, when people get to talk about CJ Davis, hey, listen, I understand what CJ Davis was brought in for. They brought her in because they knew she didn't know anything about the city of Memphis. And I think they brought her in so that they could control her. Okay, I've spoken about that before. The thing about Paul Young is keeping her right now because Paul Young understands the politics. They was controlling her. They wanted to do everything up under her pen, make it look like it was a black woman making all these bad decisions, when the truth of the matter is the mayor that was there, Jim Strickland, wanted for crime to be out of control. I knew Jim Strickland when he was in the city council. He did the same stuff. He's a lawyer. He wanted it to be out of control. Crime pays. He was one of those ones. I think he's a Soros person. So he bring in a black woman in a majority black city, and they start doing all of these policies and stuff, doing whatever is necessary to make sure crime is under control and makes her look bad. So now I think Paul is giving her the opportunity to see what she got. Okay, I'm not gonna do what they did. I actually want to see crime under control, and I want to see if you have the capabilities of doing it. He's stepping back to let her run the department because she was not running the department before. That's why I try to tell all these damn Negroes when they was talking about Chief Davis. I said, let me tell you something. I was born and raised in Memphis. When they was doing all those protests, they weren't going down there standing in front of the police department. They was going standing in front of the mayor's building, okay? In front of City Hall. You know why? The police department is not in City Hall. It's because the activists was saying, Mayor Strickland, get your ass out here and answer to us. You know, in order to get to City Hall, you got to go straight past the Memphis Police Department. So they walked straight past the Memphis Police Department that had Chief Davis in there and went straight over to City Hall because they understood the politics, that the mayor was the one that was running the police department, because the mayor is really the top person. He appoints the police chief. And they understood that Jim Strickland had been doing this ever since he was city council. He wanted for crime to be out of control. And I believe he is a Soros person too. So they weren't going at Chief Davis. They was going at the mayor. Because all of this stuff was being concocted by the mayor. He was trying to, they really knocked the criminal justice system off balance. And guess what? He going right back over there to his law firm. Okay. His friends that are criminal defense attorneys making bukus of money, because these boys have to have lawyers. And they messed up now somebody get ready to make something out of this. Jim Strickland was a real estate attorney. Ooh, they killed Dolph for his real estate. Let me tell you bitches something right now. I have to go ahead and say this because I get sick of these Negroes with this crap. Young Dolph was buying houses off of the land bank. When and I'm not calling y'all bitches. When young Dolph, okay, I'm talking about these ones that steer these narratives. When young Dolph was buying them houses, every black person should have been buying them and fixing them up. Y'all know how much those houses were at the most? Those houses were $3,000 at the most. So young Dolph was buying them because they're houses that no good ass kids would let go back in a tax sale because they wouldn't pay the damn taxes on houses that they already had in their family for years instead of creating generational wealth. You ain't gonna live in it, keep it going, and rent it out. Rent out grandmama and mama house. You don't let the city take back houses that you grew up in, that you know your folks work hard to pay for. So Mayor Strickland, he was friendly to these loan sharks and stuff that was coming in and buying up all of the real estate and overcharging people. That's because they get kickbacks. He didn't want the property that Young Dolph had. Okay. So now he gone back over there to his firm. He done hijacked the city for 8 years because the black folks kept voting for him because the black preachers, he kept giving them grants. And then when it was time to be elected, he would go out there and play basketball, about to have a damn heart attack with black folks. And they said, it's a good white man. He came out and played basketball with us. Our people need some help. Our people need help. It ain't the white folks that's keeping us down. It's our mindset. Okay? So Jim Strickland is a real estate attorney, whereas he does the closing on these houses. He make buku some money. You know, when you buy a house, anybody ever bought a house, you know you have to have an attorney up in there. That's what they do. So now he gone back to his firm, his friends, because I think he at one point was in criminal law. They, in that they making them criminal lawyers making all kinds of money. They charge straight up out the frame. He offset the system. So I think Paul is wanting to try and see. I'm gonna tell y'all with a lot of the people that have been at the police department that have been messed over quite a bit is saying, as it relates to Chief Davis, they said that a lot of the officials don't like Chief Davis, and especially now at this point, that Paul is going to allow her to do her thing to see what she can do. It's because you have officials that won't be able to call the police chief, said, my grandson in jail, they got him. He just took out 10 people, but, make sure you call your officers, tell them to let him go. They said she don't really owe no favors to nobody. She didn't know, she was not promoting based on who she knew. She was promoting based on who actually passed tests. So you had people who was getting messed over down through the years at the police department that was actually being promoted because she didn't know nobody up in there. So she did it fairly. It wasn't no favoritism. She wasn't letting them, you got a nice little butt. You go ahead. I'm going to put you over here in my precinct. Hey, them lieutenants was bad about doing it. Okay. I remember when I was in traffic, I had a lieutenant here on my Facebook page, and I actually like him. He's a funny guy. And it's funny because he was over the downtown precinct, and that's where I was assigned to. I just hurt my hip. I had got my assignment. That's how far I got in the academy. I had made it. Okay. And I remember he told me, that's all right, when, I'll put you down at my precinct and I'll put you on the desk. You ain't gonna have to do nothing. That's what they did with young girls. But you understand, I would have had to do something, but I wasn't gonna do it. But that's what had been happening. I'm hearing it ain't happening now. Okay. Because I wasn't going to be at the precinct anyway, because I had already been, Lieutenant had already said, we're going to bring you over to organized crime. I told y'all about what happened with Matoya Lane. She went. But I'm hearing, because she don't know people, people that have been getting skipped over to be promoted and stuff like that, they're actually being promoted because she's doing it fairly. Okay. And so, you know, I know the type of propaganda that is put out there. And yes, I was mad in the beginning because I ain't scared to say what I said. I was said before. I said, you know, as a Black woman, I think Chief Davis should not have taken a job where she was strictly being paid to be a bobblehead. And when I say a bobblehead, everybody knew what Jim Strickland and them, I don't know if she knew at the time, maybe she didn't, brought her in for, and it was not to run the police department. It is for them to run it and for her to take the heat. And the blow is softer in a majority Black city if it looks like a Black woman is creating all of these policies and not doing nothing. When the truth of the matter is she had to do what he told her to do, and he didn't want crime to be fought. So now you got Paul. One of the people said, well, why Paul won't get rid of her? It's because Paul understands the politics of Memphis. He understands that she wasn't running nothing. And so I think Paul is ready to step back and say, hey, I understand she wasn't running it. It was the mayor that was running it. He was running it. He wanted crime out of control. I'm going to step back. He can't say that and let her run it. I'm going to see if she can actually run the department. If she can't, then I'll move on. So that's why when niggas that ain't never lived in Memphis bring they sour, no good asses up in my chat talking about you are dirty nickels. Bitch, you ain't never lived in Memphis. Okay? That's why I be going off on them like that. Because if you listen to me, you know something. Because I know. Okay? So that's what's going on as it relates to, and y'all forgive me. I'm full of energy. I'm drinking my coffee, okay? I got a lot of energy this morning. I slept last night. I ain't been sleeping because I've been making money. But I slept last night. I got me some rest. I feel good this morning, okay? But that's what's going on. He was never meant to stay. And I think her and Paul has come to the conclusion, okay, because they understand that it's a lot of backstabbing going on. Okay, we're going to go ahead. Sean already knew he didn't even move his family because they told him, they gave him a contract for so many years, and guess what? He's still gonna get paid. The folks wanted him gone, he gone, but guess what? He the winner because he ain't got to get up and go to work no more. Okay, and they still got to pay him every 2 weeks until his contract is up. Okay, that's what they got to do. And I'm sure Sean was getting paid something like 180 something, I think. That's a nice little piece of change, right? So if he was making like 180, hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. I like to do the, because yeah. Now I used to do payroll. How many weeks is it in a year? Is it 40? Is it 20? How many pay periods is it in a year? Y'all help me out. I forgot. It's 26 pay periods. It's 26 pay periods. Okay. That's $700 of his day. This out. Y'all think Memphis is, he ain't even got they wanted him gone. They didn't ask about what his contract was, nothing. right? If you get paid twice a month, you might only have 24 pay periods. See, like the city of Memphis gets paid every 2 weeks. The county, Shelby County government only pays twice a month, regardless to how many weeks it is in a month. You ain't gonna get paid but on the 15th and the 30th. That's for the Shelby County government. The city of Memphis, you're gonna get paid every 2 weeks. Okay. Hold on. I was right. 180,000. $180,000. That man getting paid. Okay. And now he ain't even got to go to work no more. He could sit. Because see, he living down there in Harbor Town and look over at the damn water until his lease up and get paid and drink coffee and go walk. Okay. So how did the citizens win if he still got to be paid out of his contract? How come the citizens celebrate? Yeah, he gone. We made them get rid of him. Y'all, our people need some help. We so emotionally driven. We let folks make a fool out of us. It's a $1 billion business making a damn ass out of Black people. Because we don't want to sit down and come together and strategize. Okay. It's a darn shame before God. I promise you. Oh Lord, I tell you. So now what's happening is, politicians can be a lot of these, people gonna have to open their eyes. It's been a lot of the Black politicians. At first it was the white ones. Memphis is majority Black city. I guess all of a sudden we became conscious. And so now, we gonna vote in our kind. And they've selling folks out like 40 going north too. They get behind people that ain't been in more qualified and push them in front of the church people. But they ain't gonna tell you the reason why they pushing. Oh, I got such and such here. They running for office. Okay. They gonna be a good candidate. Why all of a sudden they pushing that person? They're not gonna tell you that she just came out of the preacher's chambers and came from up under his damn desk doing her business. That person ain't qualified. That's why people got to think for themselves and vet people for themselves. Okay? And stop letting these damn politicians, because you're familiar with them, or these preachers tell y'all who to vote for. Why pastor pushing her? She just came from in the back up on the pastor's desk. She was down there on her knees. And then she wiped her mouth and he brought her out and put her in front of the congregation. And you got everybody saying amen. It's the truth. I ain't being vulgar. It's the truth. That's what's happening. So what people going to have to start doing is holding these folks, because some of these folks got these politicians and these damn preachers in a high place that they should only have God anyways. No man that's got blood running through his veins could ever be my damn God. Yeah, that's why I work like a damn slave. I understand with what young Dolph, okay? My dad left me a nice little piece of change. Me and my sister get ready to buy a damn building, okay? That's because I understand about generational wealth. But no man will ever control me. That's why I say, I told my sister, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to have to go ahead and come do our own little thing. Okay, you go and you get your money and then you make your own You should call your own shots. Get your own little building and stuff. That's where you leave legacies behind. I keep paying all this rent. They keep going up and up and up, and they got a right to do it. Okay, when you leasing out buildings and stuff for your office, they got a right. That's their money. But I said we could do the same thing, right? We could do the same stuff. You make your money work for you. And so if you start pulling back your resources as it relates to these jackleg preachers, because there's a lot of good preachers. See, folks want to, especially our people, we like flashy stuff. Why you go to church over there? Because they wear them mothers of the church. They wear them nice clothes. The preacher's wife have on them nice hats. Yeah, but what kind of words you getting? You come because you still messy. You still messy, you still mean, you still evil, you still low down. So what you taking your ass up in church for? To look at the hats? So you can go to one of those small churches. You can't even talk to the preacher. You can't talk to him in them big churches. You go to a small church that's struggling. Okay. They'd be glad for you to put the resources into their church to help them to build. They even out there feeding the community and everything. They doing what church is supposed to do. They out there talking to the young dudes. I told y'all I was at this church over there around Firestone. And we was promoting our organization and the deacons of the church. I was like, well, let me walk. That's in the heart of North Memphis. I said, well, let me walk. I told my sisters, we're going to walk out here and start giving out these flyers. And start talking to these dudes that's standing out here. And that's what I did. I walked all up in their driveway and everything, and they sat down and was listening to me. They was very respectful, and then came back up to the church. Okay? That's what you're supposed to be doing. You take in the money, but the money is supposed to be to help the community, because it's 3-4 churches on every corner. It ain't nowhere in the world it's supposed to be homeless people or folks starving for no damn food, especially with the type of money that go into a lot of these churches. The first thing some of the pastors say now, well, you know, we can't feed the homeless. They ain't put no money in the church. What kind of world we live in? And we let them do it. And a lot of people have taken on that mean spirit. I'm going to tell you something. Whenever I have to work in the downtown area, if I have cases or something like that, I have to be down there going to get Negroes out of jail now. If I see homeless people they be sleeping all in like driveways of some of those buildings. Buildings and stuff that's down there. So I'll stop at the McDonald's. Y'all, McDonald's have sandwiches for $1. It wasn't nowhere in the world when I was going down there when it was cold that I wasn't gonna stop and get $1 coffee and not stop and get. And them folks sleeping all up under the bridges and stuff, cold. Some of them got children. You can't stop and get them no $1 coffee. You can get 10 coffees for $1. That's $10. So you can get sausage sandwiches. I get 20 every time. $20 ain't nothing to me. You put them up there or you pass them out. If you scared them, send them on something. Hey, y'all, I just put some sandwiches up here. Get back in your car and shoot on off if you scared of them. If they at a park, put them on the bench. Hey, y'all, I just put some sandwiches on the bench. Y'all better come and get them. That's what you do. But people are so evil now, and we let folks get away with stuff. Well, you know, hey, listen, when my dad was alive, every single year, my dad opened up, had Miss Gurley's closed on Sundays. My dad had Miss Gurley's restaurant, soul food restaurant, to open up for Thanksgiving and fed the whole community. Okay. So he would tell me, look here, gal, You come on over here and I want you to, because my dad was so bold, the news media didn't want to advertise. They didn't want to show nothing he was doing. So that's why he said, I bought my daughter a media so she could put it out there. So he said, all right, Gal, you come on over here and I want you to record what we got going on and put it on TV. I said, okay, Dad. I would be standing there with my dad. My dad said, now you stand here next to me and watch and see who comes in. So they would have folks he would call the churches and say, get all of the people at your church and bus them and bring them over there to Girlie's restaurant. Because a lot of the old people don't have cars or whatever, especially the churches in the hood, because most people that live in the hood walk to the church. Okay. And so anyways, he said, Gal, I want you to stand here and you watch. My dad called me Gal. Gal, I want you to stand here and I want you to watch this. You call all the churches, tell them to bring, especially their elderly people, because they feed them for Thanksgiving, free meals. Y'all know Miss Girlie's got good food. And guess who will walk in? Nobody but the pastors. They come in with their families getting food. Where your congregation at? Oh, I guess they're going to come. They wouldn't even bust the folks over there, y'all. I can't make this stuff up. They wouldn't even bust them. They could have sent their bus driver to get plates and then pass them out to the elderly. They wouldn't even do that because they didn't want to pay for the gas and stuff. But they bring their asses up in there with their family. Oh, we came here, Brother Rick. This is a good thing you're doing. God gonna bless you. My dad was outspoken. He said, yeah, but God would have blessed you too if you had bust all your seniors and had them and brought them over here to get a free Thanksgiving meal. They feeding they big gut. They gut out the door before they even got to the door. And we let folks get away with this because of what we think they got. Well, you know, the pastor riding around in a Maserati. And you walk in the church. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. I believe stuff is supposed to trickle down. That's the reason why when y'all hear me say prayers, I say, God bless everything that bless me and everything connected to me. That's really for me. Bless it. Bless everything connected to me. I ain't gonna be in no organization and the folks riding around in a damn Bentley and Maserati and I'm working. I'm walking. I can't roll like that. Because whatever the leader got supposed to trickle down. Okay. They supposed to be teaching you how to get the Maseratis, not teaching you how to give them their money so they can keep it. No, you show me, you put they said, well, we invest in other stuff. How come you ain't got your folks investing in it? Put them investors in front of your people and not no damn scammers. Okay. You have old senior folks, especially with the type of money that going to a lot of these churches, they ain't supposed to be trying to decide on whether they're going to buy their meds or eat. And we let them get away with it. We let them get away with it because we keep our mind boggled up in so much garbage that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. A lot of these folks around here sick with arthritis and all types of old crazy stuff, all because they can't keep their nose. They can't stay out of the alley. They always in the alley in some damn garbage. Bunch of damn alley cats. And so ain't nothing changed with the Memphis politics. Ain't nobody feet being held to the fire. So a pastor know that he could bring a Pharaoh up in his church if he wants to. A Pharaoh is somebody that ain't been doing nothing but tricking the people, ain't did nothing for the people. We ain't even seen him in 4 years, but it's election season. You bringing him up in our church? Okay, Pastor, I tell you what, we got something for you. What's get ready to happen is we're not going to we're not going to put tithes in your church no more. We're gonna go to, I ain't gonna leave, I'm going to another church. You start pulling back them resources. That's what make people get some damn act right. Okay. You stop being so in love with these politicians because they have the gift of gab. You gonna bring somebody and put them in front of us and try to make us digest it when we already know you sleeping with that person. That person ain't no good to themselves. You know they ain't no good to us. And you gonna put that in front of your church because they just came out of the pastor's chamber sucking your winger. No, I tell you what, Pastor, you just, that's it for you. People have to be held accountable, but instead folks don't want to do anything to people. People mess over good people because they don't pander to them. See, I don't pander to people. Whatever I do, it's because I'm not fake. I refuse to be fake. I done got too damn old to be fake. That's why I spend a lot of time by myself. Because I'm not going to be fake. That's too much energy. Okay? I'm not fake. I have a genuine heart. I don't want nothing that ain't none of mine. And I don't want nothing that don't nobody want to give me. If they want to give it to me as a gift, I'll take it. If it ain't mine, I don't want to take nothing from nobody. That's the type of personality I got. Right. But our people gotta do better. Okay. Our people gotta do better. I wanted to talk about Church's Chicken. Let's see. I talked about that for an hour. I want to talk about the Church's Chicken incident, y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all know how I get. I get passionate about stuff. Okay. Let me see some. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button for me, okay? We're talking about a Church's Chicken employee was hit up. I guess this is the young lady right here. It says an employee at Church's Chicken was fatally hit outside the restaurant Monday night. Memphis police say at around 9 p.m. officers responded to a Church's Chicken at 2963 Park. If anybody want to know where that is, that's in Orange Mound. That's the Church's Chicken at Park and close to Highland. That's in the Orange Mound area. And it says police say the female employee was working when a woman with purple hair came through the drive-thru and they began arguing. That's the woman right there with the purple hair. It says the woman who was driving a teal-colored SUV drove off the lot. The victim walked outside to get some air. A few moments later, a gunshot was heard and the teal-colored SUV was seen on video speeding off the parking lot. According to MPD, the victim was found outside of the business. She was taken to Regional 1 where she was pronounced unalive. No arrests have been made. This is an ongoing investigation. Y'all, what's wrong with people? Now, what was they arguing about? That's what I'm trying to understand. Be quiet. This don't make no sense. What was the argument about? Did they know each other? And even if they did, hold on. I see Blackwood News was out there on the scene. Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Killed this worker. That woman in the car Memphis. A worker is shot dead at a Church's Chicken in Memphis overnight, and police have released photos of the woman they say killed this worker. That woman in the car. Memphis police say she killed that drive-through, that worker at that Church's around after 9 o'clock. This is the Church's on Park Avenue. There's a full picture of her.
Look at the
That
car
victim
seat in
went
the
to
back
Regional
seat.
1 in critical condition and didn't make it. Again, look at that picture. Memphis police say if you know who she is and where she is, to give them a call.
Now, she got a car seat in the back of her car, and she going up to a Church's and hit a woman and take her out. Was she, I mean, based on her getting out the car, it probably was an ongoing situation. And you're right. Who said that? Probably about a man. A man that, whatever it was, she ain't gonna get to be with, because she gonna have her ass in jail. Now, she got a baby because you see the car seat in the back of the car. These folks is losing their minds over relationships. If that's what it was, I mean, because they've been popping up folks. If they go to the restaurant and they forget to put ketchup in they bag, they taking folks out. Y'all, this world is done lost it. You know, I hate that. Rest in peace to the victim. My heart goes out to the victim's family. Okay, y'all, I got the line open. Anybody that want to call in can call in. I'm gonna be on 30 more minutes because I gotta get out of here. I gotta go somewhere, you guys. But the number is 615-854-7509. 615-854-7509. Okay. 7509. You guys go ahead and call in. Yeah, she's a dummy. I don't understand what's going on with these people, but she definitely is. It says those employees aren't telling the truth to me. She didn't go out to get no air. I think she went out to encourage the BS. That might be true, Leo. You might be telling the truth about that. You might be right about that. Y'all, people are what? I don't understand what's going on. Like, it's like I don't know. I don't know if it's a lot of mental illness, though. It's a lot of mental illness in the atmosphere. You guys, make sure y'all hit the like button for me. You guys, make sure y'all hit the like button for me. Hey, Chocolate. It's a lot of mental illness going on. Have an awesome day, T. I gotta text you about something, or you want me message you on Facebook. You could text me or message me. Either one. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button for me. And drugs. You're absolutely right, Yolanda. And drugs. That's exactly what's going on. Do these girls actually think, and we don't really know what it's about, but let's just say that it was about a man. If you go and you take out the other person, do you really think you get ready to be with that man? Number one, if you got to fight over him, he ain't yours. You ain't never got to fight over what's yours. Because it's going to be clear. These men ain't married to none of these girls, so they don't own them. So while they out here taking care of them and having babies with them and arguing and stuff over them, that ain't none of their damn husband. He live with me. He ain't yours. So these girls gotta be taught better, but these girls old enough to know better. Now, whatever that situation was over, maybe it was about she wanted another piece of chicken. Maybe she wanted for her to give us some ketchup and honey. I agree, Memphis 10, 100%. Women have to start making sure men are intentional about them. Because I hear women say all the time, well, we were doing just fine until she came in and started trying to mess up a happy home. It ain't her fault because he could have resisted her. And even if he was gonna mess with her, he would have told her place. I got somebody. When a man tell you he got somebody, he telling you that for a reason. But hey, we can do something. Because he'll throw up in your face in a minute. I told you from the start I had somebody. When you go and start having all them babies with him and he still ain't left the girl he was with before he met you. So not only do women got to start being intentional, but women got to start using their damn brains. Okay, because if he'll cheat on her with you, I mean, when she leave, and it's only gonna be because you never take them. It's because the other girl got tired and just threw in the towel. Here, you gone on. So you the only thing that's look, I took him. No, you ain't took him. The other girl just bowed out gracefully. Now your position open, bitch. So these girls gotta be. These girls, first of all, they need to get some class about themselves. Because one thing about a woman, she can make or break a man. She can build him up with her words or tear him down. Start using your power, but use it right. And stop thinking, I got that bottom power. Every woman got a bottom power. Some women just know how to manage their stuff right. You never take him. The other girl just got tired of his ass and sent him on and decided I'm going to do something different. And guess what? When he with you, he going to be miserable because he going to be worried about the other girl that he just left. She gone on. That's who he really want to be with. He with your ass because she don't want him no more. Okay? So that's why you can't stop watching the other girl. You want to taunt her because you already know in the back of his mind, he ain't just got over her. He's still thinking about her. These women better start being smart. I don't want nothing that I got to take. I don't want nothing that I got to take. Because guess what? If it's easy to take, it's going to be easy for somebody else to take from me. And it works the same for females. You're absolutely right. Tambora, you right. Tambora gonna always remind me. You right, Tambora. Anyway, y'all call in. Call in. I'm gonna be on for let's see. I'm gonna be on for 20 more minutes. For 21 more minutes. Because I got to get out in the streets. They arresting people, sis. And I have to go get them out. And then, I told my auntie, I said, it's a darn shame. I be sitting at the bonding company, going to the bonding company all the time. It's my cousin, them cuz. I mean, all they little clique and stuff been going to jail. Cuz, I love you, cuz. Look, be in jail. On the other end of the line. And, these girls got to do better. I love my cousins, but I wouldn't have them. Cuz this gonna be, that's my wife. This girl gonna be my wife. She on let me shut up. I love you, cuz. I said, I love you too. I'm on my way. I wouldn't have them. Y'all hit that like button. Margaret, how many likes do we have? These cashews that I bought, these particular ones, they're a little salty. I got the lightly salty. These ones ain't good as the other ones be. Memphis 10 said, these 2024 women don't like a busy man. Right. You're right. A lot of these girls don't. You're right. They want to control them. They, baby, don't work all the time. I'll take care of you. Yeah, it's not normal for a woman to be sitting up financially supporting a man. Men are providers. Men are providers and men are protectors, and they are hunters by nature. I'm gonna tell y'all something, and I'm sure a lot of the older women know it. That's around my age. You can't keep a man from something that he really wants. You can't keep him for something that he really wants. And a lot of these women buy into when these men get your ass back. I said get back right now. Right now. A lot of these men, when they marry and they're not divorcing their wives, she won't divorce him. That's not true. It's easy to get a divorce, especially he ain't got a damn thing. He ain't got no assets. He don't want no divorce. He want, because you know why? He been married to that woman and don't want no divorce, and he giving you all these different stories because his plan is at some point to hopefully go back to her at some point. So he don't really want to divorce her. And a lot of these women, his wife won't divorce him. That's a lie from the pits of hell. All he got to do is divorce her. So when they have been separated for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, see, because he's supposed to be trying to make himself available for another woman, to marry another woman. He don't plan on doing it because his plans is to go back to his wife if she'll have him. Okay, I think I was talking about that the other day. I said, it's a darn shame that, you have women that be in relationships with men for 20 years and the man been separated from his wife for 30 years. As soon as he gets sick, his girlfriend taking care of him. And when he died, his wife got full control of everything. And depending on how she feel about that woman, she could have her escorted at that funeral. She gonna pull her wife card because I would do it. I ain't gonna be married to a man, separated from a man for 30 years. Not unless, hey, Big True that. Not unless he got, he maybe if he got a lot of, I don't know. If that's the case, I don't know, because money don't rule me. I was getting ready to make some jokes, but I wouldn't do it. Okay, but let's just say if I did do it, I do the same thing. I took care of him. I took care of when he had his footsies cut off. I've been this woman for 25 years. Escort her out. Might even be in a relationship with another man. Me and my boyfriend gonna sit up here at the front of the church. I'm the wife. Escort his girlfriend out that's been cleaning his foot and wiping his ass when he was sick. Okay, you standing out there up under the tree because you didn't handle your business. Ain't nowhere in the world I would be with somebody that's married to another person. I don't care how long they've been separated. Now you got to stand up under the tree and wait for them to come out with the casket. Okay? I've been with Rufus 25 years. I want to be near Rufus. They asked the wife, she said she want to ride in the what is it called? What they put the casket in the car? What is that car called, y'all? My mind ain't working right today. The hearse. Yeah, she could get in the back of the hearse with him. She ain't coming in the church. She got to stand up under the tree, and she can get in the hearse with him. And if she wants to, she can go ahead, and when y'all lower that casket, she can get up in there with him and go on in the dirt with him too. Okay, I ain't got no issues with that. But she ain't get ready to come up in this church. That's what a lot of women do because they can. Because some of these women too stupid to handle their business and make that man handle his business. Because if he want to be there, he gonna do it. She gonna take all I got, nigga. You ain't got nothing. A lot of them ain't even got nothing. They living in the house with the woman. What's she gonna take from him? Nothing, because he ain't got nothing to take. He just want to be married to that woman. She's standing up under the tree with her damn mouth twisted. And damn toes twisted, waiting on the casket to come out. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Tamara, you said a mouthful about black men moving in with black women. A black woman would never respect a man that moves in the house with her. A man don't right. Women should already have their mind that mindset. If I get married to a man, I'm probably gonna be renting out my house. Why are you gonna be renting out your house? Because my husband and I are gonna move. He gonna move me into something bigger. Or we're gonna move into something else. I can rent this out. It's his job to provide a new home for him and his absolutely. A lot of men don't know their position. A lot of them do. I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of men know their position, but if they sit back and see that a woman want to go out of her way to take all. Most real men won't allow it, but there are a lot of men that are just users. They will. Well, she says she want to do it. Because the real man gonna say, baby, sit down, I got this. Now let me work that out. Because that's gonna already be known and worked out. When you get married, you gonna or engaged, you're gonna already be packing up your shit because that house going up for rent. That's extra income for you and your husband. Right? Because he gonna be I'm packing my stuff. My husband got us a house, another house. Mm-hmm. I always want to lay up under you, but blood pressure ain't gonna let you. But his mama. Listen, what in the hell going on here? My Lord have mercy. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, hold on. It says it takes an alpha male, but a gentle one to handle you, Tamara. Plus, he got to be God fearing and no. Right, because I'm very sensitive. All the fussing I do, my feelings, I get to crying. The last guy I dated was like that. Was like dog, because he was real laid back, but he would get firm about stuff, and I get upset. He was like, dog, I don't even know how to handle you. When I calm you down, when I calm you down, you be ready to cry. If I don't say nothing, you go too far. I don't know what to do. Lorenzo says, let her move out her house to keep her house. I pay all the bills and she collect the money off her house and don't break bread, but she want to keep all the money for herself. Yeah, okay. Let her move out the house and keep her house. I pay all the bills and she collect the money off her house and she don't break bread. I don't know, Lorenzo. I don't think you should look at it like that. I don't know how to answer that one, because I really don't think that it should be looked at like that. I think what people need to understand is like when you come together, you won, right? Okay, so if he can't afford to pay all the bills, then he needs to tell his wife, look, listen, I understand with the way things are now that it might take two people to work and pay bills in a household. That's understandable. I just feel like if it's gonna be one, it shouldn't be the damn woman while he sit at home and twiddle his toes and look at the soap operas. I can't understand no man that would even feel comfortable. Most men don't even feel adequate if they are letting a woman take care of them. They don't even feel right because it's not normal. Most men feel so good, like when they're providing for I'm gonna tell y'all something. Like a lot of times if I'm in the grocery store, y'all know I goes to the market, but like if I see a seeded watermelon in the grocery store, them watermelons be big. The other day I was in the I went in Save. I was in Cash Saver. I was like, oh, they got some seeded watermelons. I'm gonna get one of these too, because they have some good ones. I could not bend over because I had on a short dress. I saw a guy, and I do it every time. I say, excuse me, sir, do you mind picking up this watermelon for me and putting it in my basket? He said, yeah, you need anything else? Men be happy to when they feel like a woman need them like that, in that way. Not codependent. There's a difference, and I need my husband. I think it's so good when women go, this broke. I need to call my husband because I know my husband is gonna handle this. Not having a codependent personality. Your day sad if his day sad. Your day depends on somebody else's happiness. Not that. Hey, Sid Memorial. I'm doing good. How are you?
I do it like these old veterans like it, baby, when the Department of Defense direct deposit drop.
That's how you supposed to.
I just want to tell you, it's a teaspoon of truth to that whole Dolph Land Bank conspiracy. Now, is that why they unalived him? We don't know. Word on the streets is Dolph bought all that land over in Cascade. He brought in some developers. Developers went to doing what developers do: testing the land, testing the soil, testing the water. Look at his job site. If they went back and told Dolph if he could not build Dolph land in Cascade because the ground, the air, and everything else is poison because it's a cancer cluster. We know this because they buried all that stuff over there, around the defense depot. They say, in my mind, as we call him in the trap, back to gentrification general. I bet you didn't know that they call old boy that down at the land bank. Gentrification General Bailey and Strickland and told them, hey, y'all sold me that mess knowing it wasn't no good. And realistically, my people say them people over there need to move. I want my money, but they told me they were giving and shipping the bill out their faces. And now, if that's tied to the other nonsense that went on, it's listen, I believe it.
No, I'm gonna tell you why I don't believe. I'm gonna tell you why I don't believe it.
That comes out of Memphis that I don't say it's a teeth on the shoe end, and niggas just added to it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why I don't believe it, because when the houses go up on the land bank, they already tell you that it's sold as is. When they go up on the land bank, oftentimes because of the taxes, the houses have sat there, they have dry rotted, people have gone in, it's a lot of mold. They'll tell you to go in. As a matter of fact, before you buy a house from the land bank, they recommend, because my dad bought a lot of them, they recommend that you send in an expert, because sometimes, like, because of the floors, the dirt, the trees, and all types of stuff have grown up through the floors, they'll say, we recommend, because we're not going to do it. It's sold as is. You send somebody in there.
Because I got one right now in North Memphis over by Sutterfield that I'm fixing to sell to we buy us the houses. So
and my auntie and them got, my dad's sisters got quite a few of them in North Memphis, because that's where my dad and them were raised at until they were teenagers in North Memphis. My auntie is renting out some right now.
Asbestos, mold, mildew, rotten wood. I wouldn't make a profit for the first 5 years if I wanted to turn those houses to a home, because every cent I make gonna go back to recouping what I was spending just to rebuild them. And so I can't forget it, and I'm gonna sell them.
Right. So if you bought some from the land bank, you already know that they sell them as is.
This was air property that, belonged to my parents. It just set up for years and years and years. And I didn't even know they still own the properties until the city sent a certified letter to some dead folks and I some damn taxes. And I ran up there.
And they say it is as is. So what my dad used to do is he used to always hire somebody to jump in the windows, because a lot of times they be boarded up. The first thing you do is you go look at the plumbing. If the plumbing ain't right, they go, it ain't worth it. You're gonna spend way more trying to get this plumbing and stuff right. He go, okay, well, I'm not gonna buy that one. So Dolph had the money.
Dolph didn't buy actual houses. He bought a handful of houses, and the rest of them was just vacant lots.
The lots were even cheaper, right? The lots were like $50 to $100 to $250, and the lots would be just small lots that houses had been torn down on.
Yeah,
that's the type of land that. So when they tore down a house,
the land bank listed for the month is up, y'all. They got some lots on there now for $30.
Go and get. I tell everybody, get you some.
Yep.
Get you some. Yeah. So when they was talking about all of that, I was like, if they didn't want to list, everybody that buys from the land bank already know that you're going to have people to come in to fix the houses up. You don't just buy the house and rent it out. It's going to have to be fixed up, because number one, it's been sitting there for so long, and a lot of the drug dealers or whatever, they'll set up shop in there, all of that type of stuff. The walls and stuff are knocked out, it's molded, it's just all kinds of stuff. So I mean, you might buy the house for $3,000, but you're probably going to have to spend about $20,000 on it to fix it up, which would be okay. But it's gone up now. Folks and took their prices up out the frame now to fix it up, because you could probably make that back in a year or so. Now that things have gone up, it might take 2 years or 3 years. But as far as the land was always cheaper, because those were lots where houses had been torn down. Yeah. So I never believed it. I always believed it was just people were saying that was just a story, that was just a narrative to be able to put out, because if they didn't want Dolph, first of all, they didn't want that land. They never would have put it up. The city controls, and the city and county controls what they put out for sale. And the reasons that people had been complaining for years is because the people that was over it, the houses that were decent, they was actually not even listing them. They was buying them themselves or putting them in their kids' names and stuff like that.
People before gentrification general does that right now, Miss T. By the time the public sees that list, gentrification general has gone down that list, got all the good stuff. sold it to his buddies because remember, Gentrification General stopped lawyering and decided to open Panther Acquisition, which is a real estate development firm.
Mm-hmm.
That's still going on.
I believe it's still going on. As far as all of the houses that are decent, they don't list them. They keep them for themselves. Remember, they did a story on that when Cheyenne Johnson.
They do their on there for a day, and then they get their little friend. I'm going to put the list out tomorrow. Y'all better hurry and get up here. They go up there, they snatch the good stuff off the list or whatever is left, the crumbs is what the public gets.
Mm-hmm. And that's what they did a story on Cheyenne Johnson, which was the assessor some years back. She was doing that, but she was getting them for herself and putting them in her name, her children's name, and all of that. That's one of the reasons why I believe something happened with Cheyenne as it relates to that. But yeah, she was definitely doing it.
All of them was doing it. I remember when Mr. Blackwell was over the main bank. He did it. So one of my kinfolks, she was still living in the house. He never sent no notice or nothing. Next thing you know, a man showed up from my he was bought the house. And so-and-so was like, how the hell you done bought my house? I bought my own house.
Ain't that something? Don't you know they're doing some stuff? They're doing scams like that now where they're taking people houses, like folks that have paid for their homes. It's easy for them to go and somehow they're scamming and putting houses in other people's names. That happened. They've had a couple cases like that to happen around the Memphis area. And the lady was on the news. She said, I'm not moving out of my house. So they have to get lawyers and stuff. I think that the people down at the it might be the assessor, wherever they have to go, the county building should be held accountable for that, because people are not supposed to just be able to quick deed your house in their name like that.
Well, that's it. That's all. I just want to put the little nonsense in the atmosphere, as you say, about the dog stuff of why they think it might be. But everything else you said is on point. They went got Chief Davis. They figured she was unknown. She ain't had no real force. And they could play over that latest pop. It looked like she doing the hardest playing because it ain't sticking to them. And I love to see it.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Because when Paul came in, see what people was like, well, why Paul want to keep her? Because Paul know the politics. Okay. He understand what was going on. So what he's trying to do is give her an opportunity to see if she can actually run the police department. I think he wants to step back and see if she can run it because she was not running it before. Jim Strickland, everybody knows Jim Strickland ever since he was in the city council. The way he voted and all of the stuff that he did, he wanted for crime to be out of control. That's why I say I think he was a Soros person too. Their job is to offset the criminal justice system so that crime is out of control.
I'm so sick of him, and I don't even live there no more. I am so sick of Steve Moore. Like, is anybody going to stop him? Anybody? Is anybody going to say, stop? This is enough.
I think he needs to be kicked out.
Just going to keep letting him sit there doing this?
He needs to be kicked out, and his friend, who is the senator, isn't he the senator? The senator that says that he's going to write up a recommendation for him to be kicked out, but he's going to do it after he's reelected. They need to make sure they don't elect him. That is one of his closest friends that we already know he's not trying to get him out of office. He playing a game to be reelected because people holding his feet to the fire. You heard Steve Morrow said, with friends like him, well, with friends like him, who needs an enemy? These folks are close.
The senator ain't doing nothing but submitting his thing of getting voted back in. Now, whether he does what he's going to do is stuff for speculation. Like, I be on this website for shop supporters called True Social. Man, the group from Germantown and Bartlett is so mad you could see the smoke coming off the keyboard. They be on there writing think pieces. Oh, they're so mad. They're trying to figure out what to do with Moore and what to do with Wanda.
Well, with Wanda, I'm going to tell you something. Now, they wanted to say they was coming down hard on Wanda. Wanda was doing a whole lot of stuff she shouldn't do. She was when she got mad, she was going out of town. She's shutting down well, they didn't do this and the building need to be painted, so I just shut it down until they paint it. Folks got to get their damn tags.
You gotta think of how funny this shit was to watch from the distance, because I got caught up in one of the tag cameras. My last 3 years in this is from the coronavirus until I left. I didn't have a life. Like, every time I went up there, it was some shenanigan bullshit. And that's if they were open. But I never got pulled over either.
And they had told the officers, because of what Wanda was doing. I mean, what Wanda was doing, that they didn't even pull you over. Don't pull them over.
They said that unless you were committing another egregious traffic violation, that they did not care because it was thousands of people. There were even city cars who couldn't get their license plate. But man, Wanda was another one that claimed over the folks' heads because she was the ball. It was Wanda, what about the tag money? See you, man. I need a vacation. Off to the Margaritas. I forget it.
But I think Wanda was a little worried this last time, though, wasn't she? I think they got her a little worried. At first she wasn't. I think because they was really going to try to put her up out of there. I think that worried her some and stressed her.
What's so funny? I said, man, Wanda got the Expedia app right next to her email. They sent her email, Wanda, we need to talk to you, Wanda. Hit Expedia. I won't be here.
So what state did you move to?
I moved to what I affectionately call Google Street unavailable, because if you had my address, you still couldn't find me.
Well, don't tell me. Don't tell me.
I'm not gonna tell you what state I live in, but I moved to the Appalachian Mountain Range, and it is so beautiful and peaceful here too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! The nearest major city of any consequence is about an hour away.
Mm-hmm.
But when I say out here, this is the most peace. This is what living really is supposed to be. When people say they're going to retire, they're going to unplug, I'm doing it, and I'm so proud of myself.
Yeah, because a lot of people are scared to leave.
53-year-old me.
A lot of people are scared to leave. Especially a city. I'm talking about as it relates to any city that they grew up in. They are afraid to leave, but sometimes that's what you have to do, and you end up finding so much peace that it is ridiculous. I was an
inner and outer of Memphis my whole life anyway. Like when I was a child, I would travel family for summers. After I got going, went off to college, I really got out and saw some stuff. Like I lived in 17 states. But when it got time for me to actually sit down and call somewhere home, Memphis didn't feel like home anywhere because the atmosphere changed. I didn't have any family members there. That meant that wherever I went, I was going to be alone anyway with just me and my family. So we chose the woods.
Well, there ain't nothing wrong with living in the woods. I think a lot of people choosing the woods. I'm serious.
Nothing. With the advent of working from home, the income don't stop. Anything that we want that we don't want to drive town, before we get it, we'll be in 3 days, ordering it online. And we did a test run our first 6 months after. We didn't go to town but once a month. And everything else, we ordered it, and everything came. And I was like, y'all sure about this? And they was like, yeah. And the more hoods, they don't care one way or the other. They just want a decision made.
I'm gonna tell you something. I had to go down to right before you get to Tupelo. I had to go down there to do a job, and I had never even. It's a little town like right outside of Tupelo, and once we got back there, now quite a few of the people, they had trailers. It was like 2 people had built a house, but the trailers looked so nice. But once you started looking at all that land that they had, it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 or 5 houses on the street. And I mean, the lady was like, "Oh, we do listen." And once you went inside of their trailer, I mean, it was so freaking nice. And I don't even like trailers. You went inside the trailer, it was clean. It was really nice. And she was like, "All we do is just sit out here." She had a porch on her trailer back here in the woods.
I bought out of foreclosure, and I didn't get all the land that originally came with it, but I got the house and 6 acres. 6 acres of land is 6 NFL football fields, including the end zone. That's enough land to build 10, 12 more houses, but I'm not. But you getting used to my down to super low. You getting too close to the group of shoes unavailable. I need you to turn on back around, going back to Soto County. I'm right here in the corner of Tennessee, Mississippi, and Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
You know where that is?
Yeah.
I mean, in unincorporated area. I don't live in neither of those three states. I literally live in Unicorn, and I call it group of shoes unavailable.
How many people live in that area? Is it like
in my particular town, it is about 200 people, and we're the only black folks.
I love those types of towns. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I love those types of towns.
Sideways coming down through here in front of the post office, and the post office in the town ain't but 3 streets wide.
And I'm gonna tell you something, the criminals ain't coming down there because they spooked. They scared to come. They ain't coming. Ain't no criminals gonna come down there because they scared.
Our entire town is in the mountains. You wouldn't even know it was back here if you didn't know people were back here, and it's probably as big as Delta Grove. Because the entire town is only 6 square miles.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, 4 or 5 houses on each road, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you were going down the highway, you would not know that a town was back here in these mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And we're the only Negroes in town. But everybody loves us. It's chill as shit back here.
Mm-hmm. That's normally how it is. That's normally how it is. I said if I ever move again, I promise you, I've been thinking like more so around Eads. I like Eads.
East Tennessee, where all the uppity preachers live.
Mm-hmm. It still ain't a whole lot of people that it still ain't a whole lot of people that live out there. It's so much land in between. Like they wouldn't be able to, we'd be separated from each other.
You know, East and Stanton is where all the uppity chicken eating preachers that meet on Tuesday live at, most of them. The Tuesday Chicken Eating Preachers Committee?
No, I don't know nothing about the Preachers Committee. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they got a group of preachers in Memphis been meeting every Tuesday for the last 100 years. And I called, me and a bunch of other people called them the Chicken Eating Preachers
Committee. Doing what?
They converge upon somebody's restaurant, be rude as hell, talk about all these schemes and scams and who got some money, and fuck up and she can get drunk and all leave.
I was getting ready to say, and probably
the meeting of the mob. What's the boy that know everything? Ask Cypress. I bet you Cypress know about them chicken eating preachers.
You know what? I remember Thaddeus saying something about the preachers meeting up once a week. I remember when he was exposing them.
His ass in.
I don't know. I remember when he was exposing it.
With them niggas for years, they would not let him in. But girl, you can tell where they at. All you gotta do is on Tuesday, drive around Memphis to some restaurant, and if the parking lot look like a bunch of dope boys and pulled up, or a presidential nigga, that's where they end up, and that's somewhere in the banquet room.
Lord have mercy. Well, I mean, a lot of them do be
entourages and they armor bearers, and they had their shit on like this. It was like, oh, they have their shit on. But how you doing, brother minister? How you doing, doctor? Hello, man of God. Oh, they get with the bullshit and go in the back, get drunk, eat up a bunch of shit, and do not tip. Leave all this shit on the table, make a mess. And it'd be some disgusting shit. You need to get some service workers on here anonymously. They'll say about them.
Lord have mercy.
Kojic folks.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. When I was working traffic, we had to work Kojic. When I tell you, I just have to say the majority of everybody. The ones that we encountered were some of the meanest people that I ever encountered. And I'm serious. They were some of the meanest people that I ever encountered. Completely rude, felt entitled, just evil. They said East ain't uppity. DiCaprio said East ain't uppity. East, they're starting to build out there more. People mainly buy their land and build on East, but I like East because it's isolated. But the thing about it is more people are starting to move towards, like, they started to move towards Arlington. Now Arlington is overly saturated. I wouldn't want to live there. So they started moving more towards Eads and Lakeland. I think that's over. Well, Lakeland and Oakland. I think that's oversaturated. I mean, I don't know. People are shit. They're really kind of moving on up in the hills somewhere around Nashville. He said, "Shout out to Haywood County." DiCaprio says the pastors live in Mississippi now. Yeah, a lot of them do. A lot of them do live in Mississippi. Olive Branch is not what it used to be either. Olive Branch used to be beautiful, and I think they did everything they could to try to. But what happened was a lot of those rental sharks started buying the houses and making them Airbnbs and renting them out. And I think that's why Olive Branch is going down.
Girl, I had a beautiful house in Olive Branch once upon a time. The state of Mississippi built some projects about 100 yards from my house. I hurry up and move.
See, I didn't even know Olive Branch had projects in it. I didn't.
Girl, back there off of Sandwich Road, I was staying on a street called Humphrey. And it was two houses, my house and Mr. Humphrey's house. He built both of them. But his son didn't want to be his neighbor, and he sold to me. And we used to have a good time in our little cove. He come out one day, he said, "Miss Honey, I wonder what the building over there." I said, "I don't know, it looked like an office building, but whatever it is going to be big." By the time we figured it out, both of us had for sale.
Yeah, a lot of people start putting their houses up for sale. Now, one of my cousins lives in Olive Branch, and her house is so beautiful. Her neighborhood is beautiful, but you could tell that they're starting to rent out a lot of the houses. You could just tell. You could tell what people got going on by what they got, what's in their yard oftentimes. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I have issues with people fixing on cars in a yard. They got all them cars and stuff jacked up and oil and shit running all down the driveway. I can't deal like that.
You talking about cars? I'm gonna take it lower than a car. I don't fuck with people who don't have grass in their yard. If grass will not grow up around you, that means the ecosystem then rejected your ass in some manner. The grass can't grow. Baby, you done killed the grass. I'm not gonna be next. Y'all enjoy. I'm gonna fuck with you and I be gone.
Folks say all the time, but Tamara, that's not right. That's not right. People can work on cars. No, if you know how to work on cars, you need to get you a little place to work on them. Don't do that. Don't have them cars lined all up in the neighborhood, all up and down your driveway. It brings the value of the houses around your house and your neighborhood down. Damn all that. Look, Memphis 10 said, "I'm a yard man." I like men that know how to keep the yard and stuff right. But some of these men are so sorry now. They're like, I don't cut no grass. I pay somebody to do that. If I was a woman, I wouldn't even want him. If he's able to cut the grass and he no, they can't put on it. They don't know how to hang nothing.
Got two screws and the directions got pictures. They couldn't do it.
Shoot, they don't know how to change a doorknob. They don't know how to change a light bulb. They don't know how to. It's instinctive for a man when something is broken. Even if they can't do it, they're going to try to see if they can fix it. You go, "Baby, no, you don't know how to do that." "Now, baby, I'm going to see something first." That's just instinctive. Some of these, "I don't want to break my fingernail." And these women be wanting them. I love seeing men work. Get out there and cut the grass so I can stand in the window and look at you and lust.
We call them the homemade men, not homemade.
The homemakers, not the homemakers. The homemakers, because they're supposed to be working. Shoot.
They can't do nothing niggerish, but keep up some shit. Oh, they be with it. These the new niggas, they gossip.
They gossip. And keep up shit and look for weak women. Their thing is, let me find a woman that's weak enough that'd be willing to lose it all for me, that I can send out. That's the reason why they attack me on here. And they get themselves in all types of trouble, and they get weak women to join in with them that's gonna lose everything. Because and when I say they're gonna lose everything, they is. I mean, I ain't lying about that. That's the truth. But they put themselves in that position. It ain't no, I was talking to my mom about that. It ain't no where you, as a Black woman, you shouldn't do that. These women did this to themselves. You don't ever put yourself in a position with your job, whereas you letting somebody that came out the sewer send you out. Okay. But that's what a lot of these people do, right? But they look for weak women.
Drag our vaginas through the dumpsters at least once in life, especially to a certain age. That's a given, but to repeatedly do it, some of these women, that's they type. You see them go from anxious man to shittier man, like a flow chart. Like, girl,
absolutely. Well, I think, but you know why they're doing it, right? You know why they're doing this, right? Because they want the men to they want the men to need them. I don't understand what's going on. Like, stop. You have more women that want to be in control, right? So if I get a man that needs me, I can control him. I control him. He ain't going nowhere. That's why you see a lot of women flipping out now when the man go, if he instinctively he go, I'm tired of her controlling me. He started cheating on her because he got too much damn time on his hand because she don't want him to work. Okay. She go, he owed me his life. I've seen women do that. He owed me his life. I did everything for him. And I'm serious. And they will try and kill him.
Look, don't complain about a blessing in disguise. They take each other after they get the rest away from the rest of us now.
Okay. Stop. Oh, okay. Somebody coming up in my yard. Anyway, y'all, I gotta listen. Thank you for calling in. I went over like 30 minutes. I gotta go anyways. But let me see who this is coming up in my damn yard. That's why my dog barking. Thank you for calling in, Miss Zen.
Yes, I gotta get back the t-shirt. I'll see y'all later.
All right, honey.
Pleasure and always watching.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Get them likes up, y'all.
Y'all get the likes up. All right. Hold on, y'all. I got it. Hold on. I can't even get off. Hold on, y'all. I'm put y'all on mute because I don't know who the hell this is, but don't nobody walk up in this yard. Okay, y'all, I'm back. He's talking about he Uber Eats. He at the wrong damn house. Yeah, but you standing out there in my driveway on my camera, you turning around. Hell, you supposed to be able to look at the numbers on the damn mailbox and see that you at the wrong damn house. I don't play that. He's sitting in my damn driveway too long. I don't like that. Anyways, y'all, I'm gonna get back on later. I see it makes me not even anyways, my cameras will come on. Anybody walk up in there on my phone, okay? Anyways, I need to because I don't even want to be out late. That right there, I didn't like that at all. I didn't like, and I don't know what he had. The bag was too small in the damn bag. But you don't stand in my driveway. You look at the numbers on the damn mailbox. If you got the wrong house, you're supposed to have been able to see that. Y'all already know when a person been violated like that, they done sent a nigga to my house before. I'm gonna tell, do not play with me because y'all gonna get somebody stretched. And I'm for real. No, don't. I don't play that. But I got to get out of here so I can go ahead and get on back home because I got some things I got to do. I had the strap ready. I put it in the back of my damn shorts. Okay, that's the only reason why I opened that motherfucking door. I was gonna fire him up. Y'all can send somebody to my house if you want to. I'm gonna stretch them. Tell them to have their mom to buy that black dress if they're gonna be stupid enough to let somebody send them out. I'm gonna stretch them. You don't ever stand in my driveway. If you got the wrong damn house, nigga, you look at the damn number on the mailbox. Okay, front and center mass all day. I was gonna stretch his ass. I hurry up and ran out the door. You don't stand in my shit like that. Whew. Shoot, I'm out of breath. Shit, I couldn't get out there fast enough. I'm already mad as hell. I probably shouldn't have did it like that, but no, ain't nobody gonna come up here and violate me ever again. Oh Lord, I gotta get me a husband. Anyway, y'all, hey, I appreciate y'all getting off. I forgot who it was, Miss Zen. Shout out to Miss Zen for calling in. I ain't mean to cut you off like that, Miss Zen, but I had to go and get off because I had some business to take care of. When I saw that nigga on my camera, because I had a flashback to when the day my dad died, and that nigga was standing outside my door, and I didn't know that he had been sent. Okay? I had a flashback that I jumped up running this time. I ain't gonna do that no more because I shouldn't have opened that door, but I had that thing back there in the back of my shorts. Okay. So I'm gonna let you send out snow. Y'all can let somebody send y'all out to come to my house again. Okay. To come to my house again. They're gonna get stretched. They're gonna get stretched. Okay, that's right, Kansas City Chief. And I need my husband. So he could have walked out there with all that masculine energy and said, "Why the hell you standing in my driveway, man? What you looking for?" Woo! I have to get my breath back, y'all. Ooh, child. But shout out to the caller that called in. I ain't mean to cut you off like that because I hope I didn't. I believe I almost hung up in her face. I was trying to get out there so damn fast. I just know Remy had went crazy barking, and I had not looked up at the camera. Anyways, you guys, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. Okay, I appreciate you all tuning in. I'm gonna try to get on again tonight. If I can, if I don't have to run out and go over to the bonding company, but I'm gonna try to get out again. Somebody don't want me to get off. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get off because I gotta run. I got some things I gotta do. Okay, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. Who is that calling in? Tell me who that is that's calling in. Okay. Fat boy. Listen, y'all, make sure y'all call it every time I get ready to get off. Somebody start calling in because they don't want me to get off. That was somebody from Raleigh, North Carolina. But I gotta get off, y'all, because I got some things that I gotta do. I was supposed to get off 30 minutes ago. I really got some stuff that I gotta do, y'all, because we're doing some stuff. Okay. But anyways, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, you can support the channel via Cash App. Look at Fat Boy coming in talking about he want to talk, and his woman cooking for him. She probably cooking breakfast for him right now. Fat boy, his wife cooking breakfast. Tried to get me hemmed up. But anyways, you guys, I love you guys. I'll talk with you later.